Hello world, Shelly here, and today I would like to talk about 6 things that I have been doing totally wrong in my skincare routine. Recently, I read the skincare guide book by Caroline Hirons. So funny and so smart, and I love her. She has a YouTube channel as well. And oh boy, did she open my eyes to a few things. So I'm going to tell you what I was doing wrong, how I'm doing it now. Let's get into these. The last one, holy cow. Let's just say I've been thinking about moisturizer the completely wrong way, but we'll get there. Let's start at the beginning when you wash your face. So I have for years not washed my face in the morning. I wash it in the evening, do my double cleanse, all my skincare. And my thought process was that I have dry skin that dehydrates very easily. When I wake up in the morning, my skin feels, pretty good and moisturized from my evening skincare. Therefore, washing it in the morning would undo that and dry my skin out. And it was funny because in this book, Caroline calls out the people that say they wake up with a nice dewy complexion and don't have to wash their face for that reason. And what she said was, yeah, that's sweat. Wash your face. And it hit me like a ton of bricks. I do sweat when I sleep at some point most nights, not the whole night. I start out freezing and I'm sweating and then I'm freezing, but ew. I was putting my morning skincare over dried sweat on my face. That just doesn't sound good. And boy, I can just hear her voice in my head saying, yeah, that's sweat. Wash your face. I have washed my face every morning since, and it hasn't dried my skin out. I was doing it wrong, you guys. I was doing it wrong. Number 2, not including enough hydration. This is an interesting thing because I've been very much enjoying essences lately. A lot of K-beauty type essences. They're very watery in texture. They absorb really quickly into the skin. Maybe they give you some minerals and maybe some light active ingredients. And I couldn't really figure out where they're supposed to go. And therefore, I was only using it once in my skincare routine and then wondering why I didn't see a big benefit from it, like it didn't seem to change anything. Well, again, I'm doing it wrong. So I heard about this sort of trend in the K-beauty world called the 7 skin trend, I think they call it. And it's this process of cleansing your face and then putting on like an essence or a hydrating toner type of a product, a liquidy, watery product, not quite a serum, but like an essence. And you'd put on a layer, let it sink in, put on a second layer, let it sink in, put on a third layer, and you do this 7 times, or as many as your skin can continue to absorb product. And I thought, holy cow, wait, you're supposed to keep on adding liquids to your face? Well then, in Caroline Hirons' book, she also describes in between each of her steps, she layers on another mist, another hydrating mist. And I'm like, wait a minute, what is with all these layers of hydration? I tried it myself. My skin can take so much more water, so much more hydration than I had been giving it. When I realized just how many layers of hydration my skin is still soaking up, it blew my mind. Totally blew my mind. So I was not including enough hydration in my routine, which gives me free rein to go out and buy all kinds of essences and try them all out, and I'm having a blast because I just mix up which ones I'm spraying on when and patting in where. But I pretty much need at least 3 layers of essences in between my other skincare steps before my skin starts to get to the point where it stays wet and won't absorb. That's a lot more hydration than I was previously giving it. So check your skin. You might have some extra room for more hydration in there. Number 3, going too strong on the acids. maybe not too strong, but my philosophy on the use of exfoliating acids has always been kind of like I wanted to graduate to the next more powerful acid, the next highest strength. And I kind of thought that that's just how you did it. And once you got to the higher levels, that's where you stick around. But this again came from Caroline's book. There's a level of, let's just say that there's no reason to get rid of the lower strength acids in your routine. Actually, it is more effective to use the lower strength acids more frequently and then pop in your high strength acids, weekly, every other week, monthly, whatever your skin tolerates. So what I have been doing, I still use my higher strength acids less frequently, but now I'm getting in some of my lower strength acids, the 5% glycolic, like the Pixie Glow Tonic, that kind of thing, on a daily basis, and sometimes even twice a day, morning and night. And holy cow, the exfoliating difference is amazing. It really isn't use the highest strength to get the most exfoliation. It really is consistency, and that I should have known that, because that's kind of the key to all skincare. Consistency is key, but I've had much greater success with exfoliating the flaking and whatnot by sticking with lower level, lower strength acids more frequently. Crazy, right? All right, speaking of acids, skipping the acids around my eye contour and my lips. Now, I have to admit, I'm not brave enough yet to put any of my acids on my lips. Not because I'm afraid of anything happening. I just don't want to taste it. It just seems so gross. Some of them are hard to smell. Like my Biologique, the P50. I can't imagine tasting that because it just smells so not good. So I have not tried putting them on my lips yet, but I have started bringing it around my eye contour. And again, holy cow, my under eye, even in just a few weeks, is looking much more smooth. I've been doing these things for about 5 weeks now. Whew, yeah, that one opened my eyes. You get into such a habit of thinking like your eye area is so sensitive, you shouldn't do anything to it, where, there are some people that won't even buy specific eye products and they'll just use regular products under their eyes. I tend to have trouble with milia if I do that, but acids have been really helping, and I think they might help that as well. So that is a new thing that I've been doing, taking my acids up along my brow bone and under my eyes. I haven't tried it with the strong ones yet, only the lower level so far. Number 5, too much device usage. I love my Clarisonic. Clarisonic went out of business in September, and I bought up as many Clarisonic brush heads as I could. There are knockoffs on Amazon. They're not as nice. They're not as soft. They don't work with the smart device. I mean, they work, but the smart part doesn't work. So I feel like once I run out of my Clarisonic brush heads, I will probably no longer use my Clarisonic. I do have enough brush heads to last me probably 2 years, maybe more, but I bought a lot of them. But the case in point is the concept of, if you use these devices, they can be more irritating to your skin than helpful, where, the problems don't outweigh the benefits. The Clarisonic specifically states that it's not an exfoliating device, it's a cleansing device. And so if you're going for a deep clean, where's the line between aggravating your skin and properly, thoroughly cleaning your skin? And in Caroline Hirons' book, she's against the cleansing brushes and devices. Of course, I'll say the same thing. If any of these things work well for you, keep on doing it, because if it works, if it's not broke, don't fix it. But her opinion is, don't bother with them at all. You really should just clean your face with your hands and a cloth and be good with it. So what I've done is I have scaled back my use of my Clarisonic cleansing brush to the days that I wear a full face of makeup. Now, of course, normally if I was going to work to physical work every day, I would wear my makeup 5 or 6 days a week and probably 1 day off. Now that I'm working from home, I'm pretty much only putting on a face of makeup on the days that I Zoom, which is now like 4 days a week. So I've got 2 or 3 days a week that I might not put makeup on. So what I'm doing is I'm only using the Clarisonic on the days when I am putting on a full face of makeup. And then the other days I'm just doing my normal double cleanse. I double cleanse either way, but the second cleanse is either with the Clarisonic or without it. So I have decreased the amount that I'm using my Clarisonic, and I do think my skin is a little less aggravated. I'm doing a lot less aggravation to my skin anyway, especially with the way I'm doing the acids, but I do feel like it's a little less irritated, a little less aggravated, a little less inflamed. And maybe I was using the brush too much. I was religiously using it every single day. So that has helped. Okay, here's the one that I was just like, last one, number 6. Moisturizer. It's got the word moisture in the name, right? And I was approaching my moisturizer as the source of moisture. As we mentioned in the essence part, you need more moisture. If you have dry, dehydrated skin, you probably do need more moisture than your moisturizer is going to give you. And here's the switch in my thinking. Instead of thinking of moisturizer as the source of your moisture, think of moisturizer as your moisture defender, your moisture enforcer. You have to give your skin the moisture so that when your moisturizer is applied, it's got something to hold in. It's got something to fight the environment from evaporating the moisture out of your skin. It's got work to do. And just today, I went to put moisturizer on my legs, and my skin was already dry. And as I put it on, I thought, wow, this really doesn't make sense to just put moisturizer on skin that hasn't been dampened. So now what I'm doing is either for my body, putting on my moisturizer while my skin is damp, either right out of the shower, or if it's another time during the day, Caudalie makes a grape water. It's like an aerosol spray, kind of a can, and it's so nice. It's just an essence, you know, a moisture type of essence. And I spray it on my arms, I spray it on my legs, and then I put my moisturizer over it, and it just makes so much more sense. And I think when you shift to thinking of your moisturizer as the thing that's gonna like enforce your moisture, defend against moisture loss, then you think, well, let me feed it some moisture so it has something to fight for. And it works brilliantly. So I'm using this moisturizer mental switch of how I think after I have done my multiple layers of hydration using the various essences. And oh my goodness, my skin is so happy lately. It is really, I think it's doing really, really well. Today I'm just wearing concealer. I have no face makeup on. I just spot concealed with my Pat McGrath concealer and of course blush bronzer highlight because reasons. But also, I'm just going to give a little shout out here. This Juvia's Place, the Taupes palette. You guys. It's so good. I just have a little bit of that going on today. So yeah, those are the 6 things that I have been doing wrong in my skincare routine. Now, if you're doing any of these things and they work for you, go right ahead, keep on doing them. If it's not broke, don't fix it. But I had some broken things, and these steps are just working out a lot better for me right now. Yeah. Well, let me know. Do you guys want a rundown of the products that I've been testing out? I actually need to just do a whole update video because I've been testing out a bunch of new stuff because I've been working on cleaning out empties and finishing off products that have been open so that I could get into some new products. So let me know down below if you want a video on essences and toners. Like, what do you guys want to see? Let me know down below in the comments. And as always, thanks a lot for taking some time out of your day to geek out over skincare with me this time. Come back every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern time for new videos. I appreciate your time, and I hope you guys all have an awesome day or night wherever you are in the world. Take care of each other. Bye-bye.